This is the Deergarden north of Copenhagen, and as you can see, all the deers are running freely around here. And I'm not sure how they are reacting to me on top of my wheel. So I will just stay calm here for a second. And this place that you see here is kind of a part of the history. There's a castle that I want to show you in a short while. So now there something scared them. I don't know what it was. Hopefully that wasn't me. Let's continue the trip here. But it's amazing that you can be that close to all the deers. I will not try to outrun them because now the wind is gone away. What you can see here on the right side, that is Copenhagen Golf Club. That is probably the oldest golf course in the country. And that is located a very nice distance north of Copenhagen. But this is the Deergarden, and we are going to see the castle that is called sort of the center of the attraction, what you could say. It's not a big castle, it's basically more like a royal hunting cabin. The castle is called the Heritage Place, and it was used for hunting and pleasure. It was built in 1736 by the court architect Larry. At this hunting lodge, King Christian could take breaks from hunting and entertain guests over an intimate dinner. Until 1759, the palace was equipped with a special mechanical device. It allowed the table, complete with food, china and glassware, etc., to be hoisted from the kitchen into the great dining hall through a hatch in the dining hall floor. This meant that the king and his guests could eat in heritage without disturbance from the household staff. It was this luxury which inspired the name of the palace. This whole garden and the surrounding was used as a hunting ground. Heritage Palace is located in the middle of the Deergarden amidst the network of hunting trails used for hunting par force. King Christian V introduced this particular form of hunting to Denmark in 1670. During these hunts, the hunting party on horseback, accompanied by dogs, would chase and bring down the stag. The king or one of his prodigious guests would then kill the animal with a short sword, also known as a Hirschfinger. While the tradition ended in 1777, the royal family have continued hunting in the Deergarden ever since, using the Heritage Place for hunting dinners. Today the royal family uses the palace for lunches and smaller gatherings, occasions the annual Hubertus hunt, where the prince consort presents the prize of honor at the palace steps. I thought it would be a pretty nice idea to bring you guys here just to see some of. I'm pretty spoiled. I have a lot of castles close to where I live, and this is one of them. Or even if it's not a castle, it's a heritage. Let's see if we can hunt down some of the animals over here. I think they are normally. There's a lot of them. And they're just walking around freely, so you can. So as long as you don't disturb them, you are perfectly safe to move along. See if there's some of them over here. And for this kind of riding, the KingSong 18XL, that is pretty sweet. You can just. I don't know why it's wobbling a lot today. There's more animals, more deers, just laying around, chilling out. And talking about chilling, it's pretty cold here. It's only around 10 C, which is quite unusual for this time of year. But you can see they're completely white, like albinos. And let's try and head back, because there was an interesting story about the area where we passed on the way in. Back in the Middle Age, when Europe was hit by the plague, there was actually a lot of people that died, and you didn't know what to do with these people because they could infect others. And now it's getting windy, and I don't think you can hear me, so I'll just keep a small break and tell the story when we get to this place. Let's switch into hyper mode. Alright, so this area is, as I just told you, when the plague was hitting Copenhagen in the Middle Age, they didn't know where to sort of get rid of all the people, preventing them from infecting more with the plague. So they actually buried them out here. So this is an old burial ground from north of Copenhagen. And at that time, Copenhagen was not such a big city. It's I think it's around 20 kilometers from here. So that was a quite a distance away from the city that they got rid of all the corpses. So that's sort of the trees and all sorts of stuff. The vegetation looks a lot different in this area than it does somewhere else. And I don't know if it's related to that, but at least that's a crazy story to think about, that maybe thousands of Danish people were buried here on this ground. So this concludes my little tour to the Deergarden, and I hope that you enjoyed this kind of video. If so, I can take you to more historical places around here, because we've got plenty of those. And if you like this video, then hit the like button below. If you don't like it, then feel free to hit the dislike button twice. And thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.